Apple just released the cheapest MacBook ever. It's the MacBook Neo for only $599 MSRP. And with discounts, it could even be cheaper than the iPhone 17. And suddenly everyone started liking it. Now listen, what if I tell you that I hate it? And you probably will hate it too. But I'll tell you why. So watch this video till the end. So these are the things you realize as soon as you buy a brand new MacBook Neo. Number 1. Specs. Compared to its older predecessor, the MacBook Air, even though it's more expensive, the MacBook Neo is actually weaker. Yeah, I know, that's expected. But the thing is, the specs are actually more interesting than you might imagine. First of all, the price of this MacBook Neo is $599, which is affordable for many people. And I honestly can't imagine this is happening. Like, what do you mean a MacBook for $599? Apple actually did that for people. And when it comes to colors, the MacBook Neo comes in 4 options: silver, blush, indigo, and a new type of green color that looks like something from the Frutiger era aesthetic called citrus. That seems to be the most popular color. Visually, the design is made from aluminum, which makes it light and also allows it to work without fans, which we all like. It means the laptop is not noisy like many other laptops. And if it doesn't have a fan, battery life is good. Now, when it comes to other specs, the display of this MacBook hasn't changed much. It still uses an IPS liquid retina display like the MacBook Air. Brightness is 500 nits and the size is 13 inches, just like on the MacBook Air. The resolution is 2408 by 1506, which is slightly lower than the MacBook Air. But when it comes to other things, some aspects are actually worse than the MacBook Air. For example, the keyboard is not like the one in the MacBook Air, because it doesn't have a built-in backlight. That actually, for some people, doesn't make much sense, but it shows that the Neo is meant to be a budget laptop. The trackpad is also not haptic like on other MacBooks. I'm honestly not sure what kind of trackpad is it, if it isn't haptic, because it's hard to imagine MacBooks without haptic trackpads nowadays. Still, it is a multi-touch trackpad, which means you can swipe, tap, and use finger gestures like on other MacBooks. On the right side of the MacBook Neo, there are 3 types of ports as usual. It's a USB-C and a mini jack, but unfortunately no Thunderbolt. I guess you don't really need Thunderbolt on this laptop, although it does make it look less professional. USB-C is good enough in my opinion in some way. But since it only has USB-C, it also charges via USB-C instead of MagSafe. I guess MagSafe technology is more expensive and Apple wanted to reduce the cost as much as possible. Battery life isn't bad. According to Apple, it lasts up to 16 hours, which is slightly less than the MacBook Air, which can reach up to 18 hours. Still, 16 hours is pretty good. The camera and microphone quality are also good. The camera supports full HD and decent for Zoom meetings. The speakers are not worse than other MacBooks either. It has speakers on both sides with support for Dolby Atmos, so watching movies should still feel great like on other MacBooks. Now about the hardware specs. The MacBook Neo launches with the A18 Pro Mobile CPU, which actually makes sense considering the price. That also means it will probably be weaker than the newest iPhone 17, but it will still behave like a laptop. It's almost like a Chromebook, but designed by Apple. And honestly, I'm worried that this Neo might actually be better than its competitors, but I'll talk about that later. Another controversial thing people are talking about is the 8GB of RAM. Many people are complaining about it because this spec kinda ruined the excitement. 8GB in 2026 can feel like a serious bottleneck no matter how budget the device is. But in my opinion, if we consider that many people use laptops not only for gaming but also for office programs, Google Apps, and watching movies or even trading stocks, many modern online jobs don't require a huge amount of RAM. So that kinda makes sense. You have 8GB RAM on your iPhone and you're not complaining about it. The MacBook Neo also launches with 256GB of storage. That might sound limited if you look at it from a professional perspective, but it actually makes sense for ordinary tasks. Many people use iPhones with 250GB and it's more than enough for them, as I said earlier. If you think about it this way, 250GB can be enough for the kind of mobile tasks people want to do on a bigger screen. And honestly, nothing stops you from buying an external SSD if you need more storage, except maybe the memory shortage situation. Number 2, target audience. Now let's discuss who this laptop is designed for. Obviously, it's not for editors, gamers, IT specialists, or other types of highly professional users, because you can't really edit videos to an 8GB of RAM and the A18 Pro CPU will only limit your work. You also won't be doing serious IT work on this laptop either, because it will limit you if you work with AI or launch virtual machines for experiments. Running a virtual machine on an 8-core CPU and 8GB of RAM honestly sounds laughable. But don't tell anyone, I actually did that once on an even weaker, bulky laptop. Still, that doesn't mean you should try it on this laptop. So we can skip that type of target audience for that laptop. But now we can finally say that the MacBook Neo is ideal for students in school and even in university, just not for IT-related majors. It works well for a university where you mainly do presentations and projects in Google Docs. Even I personally could use this laptop for several of my tasks. My work mostly includes writing scripts for videos, making thumbnails, answering emails, recording my voice, and editing videos. As you can see, I could probably complete about 50% of my tasks without any problems on this laptop. And considering that it runs macOS and not iOS like iPhones or iPads, at the same time having the same specs, I can use Adobe Audition, Adobe Photoshop, and many others. So I still believe this is one of the smartest and the most unexpected moves from Apple. In their official presentation, they showed that you can watch movies, launch music apps, and even edit photos with AI. Or as Apple calls it, Apple Intelligence. I will repeat, on a MacBook that costs only $599. That's honestly pretty crazy. What surprised me the most though was when they showed gaming. That part was a bit crazy too, but in my opinion, you still won't really play games on this laptop. At best, you'll be able to run mobile-style games or maybe some light Steam titles. Not every game will work anyway, because macOS doesn't support many of them. Still, if you connect a mouse, you could probably play simple games like Minecraft, Terraria, or Stardew Valley. Obviously, don't expect to run something like Red Dead Redemption or Cyberpunk, and definitely don't try to play those games on the trackpad. I've tried that before, even with the haptic trackpad, and it drove me crazy. It's much better to just use a mouse if you have one. Number 3. It's better than any of its competitors. Now let's talk about the competitors. And trust me, this laptop is actually better than any of its competitors on the market for the same $600 price. Before filming this video, I specifically checked the models available on this price range, and you know what? I didn't find better models overall. Of course, some models have a better CPU, some have more RAM like 16GB, and some even have 1TB of storage. I literally checked every model. Lenovo IdeaPad, and Asus notebooks, VivoBooks, and everything. They're good, not gonna lie, but objectively, what they offer is nowhere near what the MacBook Neo offers. Don't get me wrong, I know I have an iPhone and a MacBook Air. Considering all of that, you might say I'm just an Apple boy who is glazing it. No. I also have a PC with Windows, and for most of my life I was actually an Android and Windows fan who didn't know much about Apple until around 2020. Since then I've tried to stay objective, and still I am, so I can build trust with the people watching this channel. And honestly, I'm telling you that the MacBook Neo is probably the best laptop this year for its price. Even though the laptops mentioned earlier might be better in some areas like RAM or CPU, none of the laptops around $600 come close to Apple's display quality, Apple's keyboard quality, or Apple's overall design and macOS optimization, and of course in battery life. In those areas, Apple really beats every competitor. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the IPS display on my MacBook Air looks sharper than many IPS monitors. The pixels are incredibly sharp but still soft on the eyes, and sometimes it makes you wonder why other companies don't build panels like this. So yes, right now it's probably the best laptop for $600. And considering that Apple often gives discounts for students, you could even buy it for around $550, or maybe for $500. Where else do you see something like that? Number 4. MacBook Air makes no sense anymore. Alright, jokes aside, I'm serious when I say this MacBook Neo kinda makes the MacBook Air lineup pointless. Think about why people usually buy MacBook Air in the first place. Most buyers are students or people doing light daily tasks. They're not video editors, gamers, or 3D artists doing heavy professional work. For this kinds of workloads, people usually buy gaming laptops, build a PC, or choose a MacBook Pro because that's the machine designed for real performance. But now Apple has released a cheaper MacBook Neo that can handle those same light tasks. If someone can buy a $599 MacBook for writing documents, browsing, watching movies, and doing schoolwork, the MacBook Air suddenly becomes a much harder product to justify. The only situation where the Air might still make sense is if you buy a refurbished model with an older chip like the M3, but even then it's questionable because the A18 Pro might still compete with some of those older chips. The only thing people probably want is more RAM than 8GB, but of course that would make it a little more expensive than the original version with 8GB. That would make sense, but I guess in the current situation that 8GB is probably about 30% of the price of the MacBook Neo. So the price might become drastically higher with the 16GB version, unless DRAM prices normalize. Number 5. I hate it. The reason I hate this thing is actually very simple. This laptop is going to be everywhere. It will become the iPhone of laptops. And you probably know that feeling when you look around and literally everyone is holding an iPhone. At some point, it starts to feel weird, and you even begin to dislike it a little. You start asking yourself, why is everyone using the exact same device? Aren't there other options? And yes, I know that sounds ironic because I personally use an iPhone 15 too. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen with this MacBook Neo. It's going to become extremely popular, and a lot of people won't understand why it's so hyped. Tech people will probably complain about it too, because on paper it has only 256GB of storage, 8GB of RAM, and a relatively weak CPU. For a lot of tech enthusiasts, that combination will look disappointing. But honestly, that doesn't make it a bad product. For the people it's actually designed for, it's still a very good device. Students, parents, or anyone who doesn't want to think about CPUs, GPUs, and technical specs will probably love it. They just want a laptop that works, and this gives them exactly that. What do you think about these laptops? Will it be the most used laptops in 2026? Write your opinion in the comments. I'll definitely read that. Thanks for watching, and take care.